From the mannequin challenge, like maybe they'll think I'm frozen.
Bird box challenge.
Yo, who could look like they're paying attention without paying attention the most?
Oh man. Yo, this is three beats later. Your favorite music podcast. And we are here. We are live in the building. It's me, Earth Tone, the Earth Tone King. We got Cheeky CP. We got Q Rock 639. We got Grim. And we got Education.
And what's the score to that game, huh? What's the score? P, you know the score. What's the score?
You know, it's 3 beats up. Everyone else 0. That's the score right now.
Wow.
Good save.
What's good? So we came here today to talk about this Drake album. We got a couple texts in the chat. P was like, "We got to talk all about this album and what's
happening." That the name of the show?
It is.
Yeah,
it is. We can't name it that because people might not listen to it.
No, I think it might make people listen to it.
That's we might be on to something. All right, so real quick before they get crazy out there, this is Kirak 639 bullying his way in. If you guys listen to that new Drake joint and you're watching this live, you're watching the replay, before you do anything else, click like on this joint and leave a comment down below. We want to know your thoughts more than y'all want to know ours, probably, because some of us are haters.
So E said, listen to the album. Let's talk about it. Did everybody listen to the album?
Did you see that thing I sent in Instagram?
Yeah.
You should put that up. You listen to it?
What was it? No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I listened to it.
Let's just say
I might be the only one that did not.
Let's just say I'm glad I didn't walk to the record store and get this CD and have to walk home while listening to it, because I'd have been really upset on the way home.
He said the CD. He took it back. He said, I went down to Tower Records and got that new Drake CD. Man, by the time I got home,
Tower Records.
I was at record theater and I that's how I just walked right back. Told him it was defective.
I said, give my money back.
I think that we've been discussing for a long time that there's something wrong with music right now. There's something wrong with hip hop. Especially last few weeks, I think we keep bringing these same topics up. And I think this Drake album is like a perfect representation of like everything that's wrong with music and the music business. You have one of the best artists in hip hop's history. Some would even regard them as a GOAT. And you wouldn't be lying, considering his talent and considering the amount of hits he has and the amount of songwriting ability he has. And then he presents an album that, as the kids would say nowadays, at most is mid. I don't even think it's mid. I actually think it's below mid. But it's going to be the top streaming album of the year, probably, or at least up there. So what does that tell us about music, right? It tells us that right now we're in a current state where the product is being watered down such that it can still generate money, but not quality. So where's the breaking point? Have we reached a breaking point now with hip hop now? Like, we're disengaged now from like the best rapper. Is where we at, guys? Like how y'all feel?
I think that the problem is.
Hold on. You can't hide behind that. You got to show your face for this one. we doing clips. We doing clips.
I think that the problem is accessibility, right? If I know you don't got to go buy my album, you just got to open up the platform you're already streaming on and click on my album. You have to do zero work to play my album, and I know because I'm me, you're gonna play my album. Even if you heard it was whack, you're gonna play my album. If you heard it was a shit, you're gonna play my album. So no matter what, I'm gonna get paid the same, because you don't have to go to the store and buy my album. Whereas before, you had to go get the album. If somebody said it was trash, you wasn't going to buy it. So, but accessibility has changed the delivery of music, the desire to put out quality content, and the ease of use for a person to go check it out without being personally invested in the album. So I think that we've reached a point where there's zero accountability for the artist to deliver a quality product because we're gonna listen anyway.
It's also changed the format. The album length. From what I understand, it's more profitable to have a longer album with shorter songs. That's how you like kind of hack the algorithm, because then you get more plays, you get more song plays. I'm looking at some of these albums and I'm like, it might have been an okay album had you cut like 7 songs off it. You know what I mean? It might have been like,
he
I have a
has.
question.
Go ahead.
Do you guys think a few of those songs were AI songs?
There was
In what
one
way?
time
The
where I
beat?
heard
The
them.
beat or
because the AI
lyrics?
song was actually good.
No,
Nah,
I'm
because the AI
like-
Drake record actually slapped. So
like I was
It could have been
listening
AI.
to, not saying he did, but I was listening to it. Like some of these sound kind of like AI.
Like the lyrics or the
It's
beat?
cost effective
Not
Well,
if
can
you Drake though.
for
Well,
a
wait,
big
wait, wait, wait.
artist.
yeah,
Like-
I agree. I don't think Drake would do that.
Well,
I don't
I'm
think he would.
surprised.
that's
I mean, it wasn't like it was a high quality sound. Like
If he did that, listen, first of all, let me explain something to you. If you gonna use AI, that shit better be fire. If this was AI, this was the best he could do with AI, he's the worst rapper of all time.
I mean, what if you
Because
spent
if you
only
can't
like
make your shit
200,000?
fire with the help of infinite intelligence, then something is wrong. Something is wrong.
What
You
if
had
he
all
just cut
the
his
powers
budget?
that
He said,
be
"I'm
at
gonna
your
drop cut the budget."
You put this shit out.
Think
Well,
about that.
wait. Let me
Profit over it's a business.
Nah, man, I don't think he would put his reputation at stake for that.
Who's gonna
If he
find out though?
if he gonna fuck up his reputation, he gonna do it, not AI.
These a
He's
few
gonna do it.
songs. Nah,
He's gonna. If someone's gonna fuck my shit up, it's gonna be me. God,
because I'm listening to vocals, punch-ins. It sound different, like email vocals, and you know what I'm saying. You can hear the
I think
difference.
you're just picking up on the redundancy of the music. Like,
Yeah.
there's just this, we have a beat podcast right now, and just from a production standpoint, let's not even get on Drake yet. Let's just talk about the music. I'm just so bored with these beats, man.
wait a minute.
Except for the conductor. Conductor, we have a problem.
Let's talk about the
Conductor, we
music,
have a problem.
man.
No.
Look, me and
No.
Cheeky on the same page. We need a
I'm
soundboard.
sorry.
He's doing
I'm
ba ba ba,
sorry.
and I need the James Brown. Let's talk about the music. Let's talk
I'm
about the
sorry.
music.
I triggered
Listen,
something.
all I have to say is it sounds like everybody's shitting on it, right? And it's
And
not
I haven't even gotten started yet.
and it's not
I
my
never said nothing bad.
it's
I
not my
just said
cup of tea
AI.
necessarily, but I do think the album gets better at the end of the album. So like you
Mhm.
have
yeah,
to
like
get through
the end of the last
15.
track was fire.
You got
Silence at the end of the last track was the shit, bro. Like,
no. You got to get through 14 tracks before you start.
Over.
Okay, so
All right,
Cheeky,
let's-
tell us some.
So-
What are your highlights from the album?
All right,
Which
here are my
ones did you?
highlights. I got pros and cons. What I would
Okay.
say is there are a couple like unorthodox beats that I thought stood out that I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Track number 2, Amen, is one of those tracks.
Okay.
I would say then you got to go a little bit further down a bit till you say, oh shit. Okay, and then there's a lot of bad
This
stuff.
is bad.
Okay, let me go.
wait, before you say that,
I'm just reading. I'm just reading.
Before
the
you
notes.
say that, before you say that, just please listen to how bad you sound.
Yes.
You're telling us this album stands a chance, and you're still not at a good song yet.
It's like breaking down to the parents at
You're like, wait, you
school
hear it? No,
meeting.
never mind. Keep
No,
going.
no.
Wait,
All
Yo,
the
bad
beats that were
child,
good and the tracks that stood out to me was number 17, which is entitled 8 a.m. in Charlotte. We already talked about that.
Well,
Conductor Williams, shout out.
Not number 17. Wait, so on the first song on the double disc is the one, the
Wait.
first one you like?
BBL Love, the interlude, which is not an interlude, really. It's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Number 19, Gently. Drake is fucking rapping in Spanish and some other language with Bad Bunny. Come on.
I would give it to Drake. He's in his own lane, bro. Like what he's doing, nobody's ever did that before. Doing what he's doing.
He's
right.
He's on his own lane.
This is the thing that
and he's rapping in
bothers me.
Spanish more than mid. It's like mid
And he's doing
plus
a lot
Spanish.
of singing, and it's
Plus.
not sounding crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to mix it up, you know. But you know,
But here's the thing. Yes, we all know Drake is his own genre of hip hop, and one of the reasons why he's been the number one for like the last 15 years. But if we're comparing him to all the greats, or even not even the greats of all time, but all the greats right now, you know, like when Kendrick or like some of these other artists or Beyonce, when they drop an album, it just has a presence. It has a sound. You could at least tell that there was a lot of work put into the project, even if it's not your favorite Beyonce or Kendrick album. You can listen to it and you'd be like, yo, this dude worked with like 30 different musicians to put this project together. It's been really well anticipated. You could tell he thought it out. You could tell there's an idea. There's a follow through with it. This just seems like a bunch of studio sessions and not really good ones.
Right.
You know, and I think that Drake is so comfortable. He's so comfortable, and the DSPs love him so much that at this point it doesn't matter. You know, like that. And we can talk about Joe Buttons, but when Joe Buttons was bringing up his points, you know, his other co-hosts were like, yo, you know, this album's going to sell. It doesn't matter what you think, Joe. You know what I mean? This album is he's going to reap the benefits of the formula that has made him successful thus far. And I think this is why this is not a Drake conversation. To me, this is a hip hop and a music industry conversation, is that where the commerce and the capitalism of music is now making it such that the art is almost not even important. Because when Michael Jackson was on top, the records he was dropping were amazing. You know what I mean? They were slaps, every single one. But now you can have an artist who's basically now the modern day Michael Jackson, who doesn't have to make legendary records and legendary albums. He can put out mediocre stuff and still reach those numerical highs that the other artists in previous years would have had to make really, really groundbreaking music in order to hit those.
But here's the thing too. And even if here's because I think that this is not, I think it's going to go down as being shit upon, but then I think it's going to be like a cult classic for some people. And he only needs to really have like 2 bangers, right? So if we all like number 17, 8am in Charlotte, and if there's another track that comes out as getting whatever TikToked to death,
which we don't, though, just to clarify, which we don't.
You don't like.
I think he starts rapping at the end of the album. Like all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, and I could actually rap.
I think he has a lot of throwaways, and,
right? But
some AIs in there.
But when Drake's greatest hits comes out, you know, it's going to be those 2 tracks or 3 tracks that end up being big from this album, and that's all that matters, because he's still going to be able to sell his entire catalog for $300 million or whatever the fuck people are doing now.
Like, you got to remember, he has like the Celine Dion effect in a sense, where he has like a country behind him. So it's different from any other artist. Like
that's a good point.
That's a good point, Graham.
Let's
hold on. Let me get in here.
Okay. Because let Q cook.
And then I have a con to talk about. Keep going.
This sounds like just perfect rap critics blog territory. I gotta say, shout out to my squad, Southern Asylum Madhouse crew, One Way Posse, Tennessee Stand Up. Shout out to Malcolm, Raw Proof. This came up in one of our chat group conversations. Like, it's been in all of our chat groups. Like, I'm in a few of the homies, and everyone has had something to say about this goddamn album. So I just want to get in here a little bit, but you know, I'm not just going to just throw out blatant hate. I could throw out hate. I could tell you all about back in the day when I used to host at the Terrace in Pasadena, and we would be like, who's better, Drake or Common? And the whole crowd would just start roaring, Common! And then I would put any rapper's name next to that. Who's better, Drake or Bushwick Bill? Bushwick Bill! Like, this became a running thing to the point I stopped doing it because I don't even remember why it started. It was just like, I don't have any stake in hating this man, but it just is what it is. So instead of me showing y'all the hate, I'm going to hit you with some of the facts. First of all, the whole thing, Joe Budden goes on and makes, as whatever you want to say about Joe, because he ain't no saint, no angel either, but a very clear point on just his thoughts on this man as an artist. Joe didn't say he hated Drake. Joe has never said he hated Drake. He came at this from a situation and a standpoint of all people. Joe Budden is the voice of reason, brothers. Let's let that sink in for a second. Like, guys, you got to make some stuff that you know, that a grown man can listen to. Stop hanging around these kids. I don't care what you're talking about. Like,
I just want to interject real quick, Q. I feel like a lot of people are thinking that Joe was just hating on Drake, just to hate on Drake, and they missed that was a critique. They missed specifically what he said. He's like, "Yo, you need to hang out with some people your age."
He didn't say he hated the album.
The music you're making is not representative of who you are as a father and as a grown man who's been in the music business for 15 years. You know what I mean? Your voice doesn't reflect that at all.
Shiki said the same thing in our thread. He said, quote,
right.
Drake needs to get introduced to older and better women.
Yes. He needs to get in a real relationship. He needs to get in a committed, loving relationship so he can make some better music. Like, stop hanging out with all these thoughts and making songs.
We are going into very
no. There's an ending point for me, and I'm gonna get off.
Let him go. Okay.
Yeah. I'm stirring right now. So that's Joe. We all just standing on the sidelines as well. We ain't got stakes in none of these people's game. We just watching and listening. I think I might have been the first to bring up that Conductor Williams was on the album, and I got excited for it. I didn't listen to anything past that. I love that beat.
Yes,
I love it. I love it for what it is. I mean, I listen to Frank Murphy at least once a week. I listen to Stove God Cooks. I listen to Mock Hami. I can list you like artists who I continually listen to that song made specifically by Conductor Williams. I can tell you right now, as much as I got love for Conductor Williams, I'm not putting replay on that joint too many times. And it's because he's on it. I'm sorry. That's the only way I can phrase that. For me as an artist, it's like, yeah, it's cool. I'd much rather hear Estee Knack on that joint or freaking Benny. I'd love to hear Benny on that beat. I would love to hear Conway on that beat. I'm just saying.
Shout out to Simple Drums, though. Those are simple drums in that track, and they work.
And it's the same, bro. The track is waiting for a beautiful story, and not some bitter ass. That's probably hating on me. Esperanza Spalding. Come on.
Is that who? Is that dog? Is
that really he came for Esperanza Spalding, and like
why?
A lot of people were like, "Why?"
Yeah, why? That's why. Like,
because I think she beat him in a Grammy. There's a Grammy, and she got.
Oh, that's so stupid.
You know, what I mean, she ain't never done or said nothing about him. But that's what I'm saying. This is the immaturity I think Joe was trying to focus on. He was trying to say Drake as a mentally and emotionally. Like, let's not even talk about the subjective nature of your music. Let's just talk about where you're coming from, bro. You just don't seem like you're in a space that you really should. That seems actually healthy. You don't seem like you're rapping mature enough, and you're also you're the whole romantic. Like when you were in your 20s and you're on some F-boy stuff, that's different. But now it's like, come on, man, you can't.
How old is he now?
36, right?
That's what that was Joe's whole thing. Okay, so when Joe says that,
right?
When Joe says that, Drake reacts with that long ass, just bitter ass,
like
that seemed to be what opened the floodgates to everybody. Like, yo, hold up, like, hold up, dog. It ain't all that. And so, as you can see here on Twitter, I'm still sharing the screen. Oh man, Ebro asked a question. I said the same thing. How did Joe fail if the greatest artist of a generation was influenced by him? Whether you want to admit it or not.
Joe failed because Joe failed. I don't disagree with nothing Drake said. I just don't like that he said it.
But then this is the last thing, and I'm done. Now, it's tough. It's bad when your daddy get in the mix and start talking. My father ain't never backed me up in no public disputes I had about nobody. I live for the day that my father puts pen to paper to tell somebody that's got some shit to say about me. Like, hey, the fact that Drake's dad came out and said, yo, y'all need to stop talking about my son. I gotta salute that. Salute that. I love to see that. And it is kind of balanced. After a while, it's two grown men arguing over stuff. Like, what are we actually talking about, y'all? Like, okay, Drake's immature. We've been on that. Half the stuff we talk about is that too. There's a little bit of hate in our shit with that. We ain't got to listen to it like that. But Drake's a weirdo for going off answering like that. So that's why he's getting more.
Let's talk about the content.
He got triggered.
Wait.
Triggered. All right.
Can you say
real quick? I just want to stay there real quick. Let's talk about the content. Was he lying though?
Who?
Was anything he said wrong?
Joe?
But that's just his perspective. I mean,
I mean,
who knows
a
that
hit
Joe
dog
even gives a
hollers,
shit
so-
about?
Yes. There was stuff that he said that was wrong. Specifically, what he said about Joe being a failure. And Ebro said it best in the quote.
Right.
Ebro said that Joe's not a failure. Joe just decided not to play the music industry game.
Right.
And like that's the thing about Joe Buttons. How could you call someone who was built the type of success he has in the podcast game a failure in any stretch of the imagination?
And
He's
honestly,
talking
look,
failure at music,
look.
not.
When you do stuff like that,
and
go ahead.
I see what you're saying, E, a failure at music, but I think the whole point that Joe is saying is that I didn't want to do what you're doing, Drake.
Right.
I didn't want to
That's the
have to
difference.
just make these cheesy digital streaming type of fluff in order to stay relevant. Here's the thing: no one can deny that Joe can rap. Everyone knows
no
that
one
Joe
can deny that.
Yeah,
No
but
one
it's a
will
business
dare
and you
deny
gotta
it.
meet the numbers.
No one will
get big like
deny
that, you gotta meet the numbers.
you had to be there because Joe was a wave. You had to
Oh,
see
right.
it.
He was. Yeah.
Joe was a huge wave.
And we're not even talking about Slaughterhouse. Pre-Slaughterhouse.
Nah, before pre-Slaughterhouse.
It's a
And-
different bar. It's a whole different category that he's on. That he, with his music. I wasn't the biggest Joe Budden fan either, but I could not. You'd be a
But
sucker. to be
apparently,
like,
apparently Drake was. You saw the clips they've been unearthing about when Drake first met Joe, and then
that's
even
why
the
Ebro was
interview
saying
he
it. It's
did.
like, bro, you influenced him. So how,
Right.
or he influenced you. So how are you gonna, talk crap about him after the fact? And I think
Maybe
that's
Drake-
really what it is. It's
Maybe
just the
Drake's
nerve.
sad because he failed him because he stopped making music.
Well,
He's
There we
daddy
go.
issues.
There we go.
well, at this rate, he's gonna make a song.
That's the next
about it.
album name.
Made a
Oh yeah,
song
there's a
about it.
remix
When
coming.
it
There's a
hit, here we
remix
go.
coming. And I haven't even heard the whole album. It's only because there's so much. I hate it when people go, hip hop is dead. Hip hop is going through a perfect renaissance, recreation, everything. And I am absorbing a lot of albums. And I knew the Drake album was out, and I still haven't gotten to it. Not even hating. Like, it's just not ever on my top priority. But I did like some of the joint with him and 21 Savage. You know what I'm saying? I like some Drake. I like that joint with Drake and Burna Boy. That joint is hot. That joint is hot, bro.
Well, actually,
What's
that
the
brings
Drake
me
and,
to
what's the Drake and Burna Boy joint? Where's that on?
Shit, it's gone for a minute. Who told you gangsters don't dance? Who
Oh,
told
yeah.
you
right.
gangsters don't
yes,
dance?
that's
That's not Burna Boy. That's
Burna
Jay
Boy.
Huss.
Yes,
That's Jay Huss.
Is it?
that is a sick
Yeah,
track.
that record is
I
fire
thought that
though.
was Burna Boy.
That is
Yeah,
really
no,
sick.
that's Jay Huss. No, no,
Uh,
I agree with you. That record is fire.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But-
so
but-
I'm not a hater like that either. I'm sure I'll hear a few tracks on this album that I can mess with personally. But
It's so
Maybe
I
if
don't
I
think you
listen
should
to it,
make
like,
that kind
two
of
more
promise to
times.
yourself. You don't want to let yourself down.
you know
You
what's
don't
crazy.
want rocket love. You don't want to be flying on a rocket and then you drop down to
man,
earth.
but I don't want to be that dude talking about an album, something I have not listened to. I hate that. Like, I'm at least
So
hearing
you
it
knew
once.
you knew the assignment before you got on here.
I knew I wasn't gonna. Did you see what I sent back?
That
That was me
You didn't-
clowning. Y'all saw what I sent back? Y'all saw
The
that?
whole episode
Yeah,
was gonna
the-
be about talking about this
the Hummer
album.
joint. But wait. Just to piggyback on that note about what somebody just said, 21 Savage is top 5
Stop.
worst rappers in existence.
21.
21.
I'm gonna say 21 times.
He sounds
21
like
21
it
times.
is an industry pranking everybody who likes
What?
music.
I'd rather listen to Ray
21
Sherman.
Savage, I'd rather listen
Yeah.
to anybody under the age of 14 trying to rap for the first time.
Yeah, I'd
Listen to
rather
me.
listen to Black Beatles by Ray Sherman 100 times. I'd rather listen to Kiss Me Through the Phone by
Black
Soulja
Beatles?
Boy.
Somebody I know very close to me loves that song.
Which
Wait, what?
Which one?
Black Beatles.
I was gonna say both the songs that you named.
I don't have a problem
aren't
with them.
bad. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I don't have
the,
a-
the rapping in the songs, not the song.
Oh,
I used to love that Black Beatles joint.
I saw
Actually.
them in a open up for Childish Gambino. But anyway,
See, I
so
got weird taste. Don't play with me, man. I got weird taste.
wait. Then track 21, another
Oh,
late
we're
night.
going back to this
Wait,
album?
what?
Wait.
What
Yeah, we
number?
are.
I thought
Another
we were
late
done.
night.
I thought we agreed to
featuring
disagree.
Lil Yachty. Listen to that because it's like a prime example of not rapping on beat.
But look, I'm gonna tell you,
It is crazy.
you know Drake can rap, right? Don't
No,
get it
not Drake. Lil
twisted.
Yachty. No, I know
Yachty.
Drake. I'm saying that actually Drake raps, in my opinion, very well after you get to track 15 and below, right? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. But he has a feature with Lil Yachty
21.
on track 21. Lil Yachty is rapping, and it's like a case study in how not to rap.
That's Yachty. Yachty's been doing that. A lot of rappers have been doing that, like loose off the beat rap style, like Blueface. That's how he raps on it.
Yeah, that's called
crazy,
not
though?
rapping correctly. That is like wrong rapping.
90% of the time, I don't like it. I don't like that. But Lil Yachty has a song with J. Cole, not right now, Secret Recipe. That's been buzzing off, and Lil Yachty has a little off beat flow on that one. I kind of like it.
Okay, send that to me, please, because I need to listen to this. And it's like, here's my opinion. I think Drake pulls in these trash rappers. He even has it in one of his verses. He's like, people sending me verses, but they're all trash or some shit like that. And then he puts it on the album because it's like, in contrast, he looks even better when you have like the worst rapping right next to you.
True.
You know what I mean?
Well, except when he rapped with J. Cole. I don't know why he did that to himself.
Right.
Drake,
J. Cole took over that song.
Oh, you mean Yachty and J. Cole?
He did that to balance
The J. Cole and Drake. The J. Cole and Drake.
Yeah, J. Cole took over that song. It was like his song.
And is J. Cole on this album? Is he's on track? He's in a couple of these tracks in the credits. So anyway, I just want to shout out a bunch of producers that are on this album because I did like some of the beats. They're unorthodox sampling. I think if you listen to it again and you just think about the beats alone, there's a couple.
I felt like track 13, 14, and 15 were the same beat over and over again.
Yes, there's also a lot of the same.
I got to that exact part too, where it was just the trap drum, low bass, low bass,
the same exact beat.
808. It was the same beat. I was like, yo,
depressing.
what?
A lot of depressing beats.
What songs?
13, 14, 15.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, man.
No. Wait. I want to just talk about producer names here. Shout out if you know any of these producer names. Arsenault, obviously 40s on here. Sango, Budgie, Tizo Touchdown. These are on
Sango's on there?
Yeah, track 2. That's the track that I was telling you about. The second track. It sounds really cool. I don't know if you know who he is or if you just
Sango's typically R&B.
Oh, okay.
He's singing.
No, he's a producer.
No, I'm talking about Drake.
Gent, Cash Cobain. I don't know any of these people. Power Trav, Jay Stola, Oz, Pooh Beats, Nikki D, XY Nothing, Binks. Obviously, we know that. Southside, Smat, T9C, Lil Esso, Vinyl, Boy Wonder, Tay Keith, FNZ, Oz Coleman, Binks again, Sha, Lustig, Nyan, Binks again, Sweet. Drake is listed as a producer on this track. Cadestry, 40 Binks, Tenet. Okay. I'm not even halfway through. Sweet, Quasi, 40, Sweet, DJ Screw, 40, Dinny, I can't even pronounce that, Sauce Boy, The Boy Cam, Tommy Parker, Young Troy, E. Brown, STWO, okay. Lil Yachty is listed as a producer. Whoa, Gent, Bang.
Wait a minute, hold on, time out.
There's like 90, that's like 90 producers on this album.
Time out. Cheeky.
Wait.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Please tell me. I just had a whole conversation with my daughter while you was listing those people off, and you're still naming producers from this same album?
Yep, and I'm only on track 14.
I'm still in this.
But okay. But
how many people does it take to not screw in the light
to make whack beats? Yo, wow. But remember, this is the phenomenon we were talking about. This production by committee style of mainstream rap where you just eat. I bet you all those producers made the beats via email. They emailed the beats around, and then they sent Drake a folder. You know what I mean? And they all sound the same because they can't be super experimental because they have to be in that pocket. And you get all of these producers and you get all of this trash music. Hit Boy will make an album with Nas. It's just him. It's just Hit Boy, and every beat is fire.
Y'all seeing the scroll that I'm doing?
Yeah, man.
P, did you listen to the album, P?
The Drake, this one, yeah.
But hey, I would love to be one of these producers on this list right here.
Be careful what you wish for.
I would love to talk to some of these producers.
You don't want to go down the history.
I would love to make the hi-hat, to do the hi-hat on track number 8.
See, that was going to be my other question. on my other point.
That was this is only going to be clips of "get off my lawn" statements by all of us.
Not all of us. I'm surprised. I'm taking a very why the OG is the one that normally has the most hate and the most rants, and I'm being very middle of the road with this. If y'all are noticing, I'm being very just reporting in facts, ladies and gentlemen, just the facts. Just the facts. I'm not going to say I hate it, but let's just see what the rest of the world got to say. Let's see some of these critics reviews real quick while I'm here.
Oh no.
First listen, this isn't his certified rap classic, but it does signal a turning point. Now, if only Drake could still distill the best parts of his repertoire into a coherent whole. And I saw a comment down here. Hip Hop DX said, while the old Drake managed to carefully confine his cliches across the album, that's a bar right there. I confine my cliches carefully across the album.
Yo, read that pitchfork though. Read that pitchfork, because that's exactly what I've been saying.
On his 8th album, a skillful Drake struggles to keep it interesting. His familiar concerns, while occasionally sincere or funny, have become quite boring.
Exactly, and what they said is perfect. They said skillful Drake. We're acknowledging his talent, but it's boring. It's so boring. And when I see kids bopping to it, I'm like, yo, man, like I feel bad for like the kids who think this is like interesting hip hop. And I'm like, damn, y'all should have been around in the 90s, man. Because this is so boring.
A lot of times it's probably guys are scared to just go back in the loop and just really dig in with like 1 or 2 producers, maybe 3 for an album, instead of like
Bro's the music equivalent for me.
Yeah, right.
Yo,
Aye.
I agree with P 100%, and I feel like what we had a benefit back in the day, right? Our benefit was that even if the album was whack, the beats was fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to hear some of the illest beats on some of the worst rappers' albums.
I'll counter that. Some of the stuff in retrospect that we listen to it now, it wasn't that great, but the beats saved the albums.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we
there
were
are a lot of artists where I'm like,
the beats was fire.
Yeah.
And so now, but the thing is, now every beat sounds the same, which puts pressure on you to make an actual song, because I'm not fucking with your music because it sounds like everything else. And the good thing is that that's a bad thing.
You know, I blame it all on that damn 1994 Source Awards. I tell you.
Well, with the East Coast West Coast beef, you silly.
It ain't been the same since.
Came through and crushed the building.
It just ain't been the same since. It's like the timeline split in Loki. It's like now you got 2 timelines now, bro.
Right.
You're silly.
Right. Man, you are silly.
Check this out though. Do you see this? So on one of the tracks he just starts kind of like,
yeah. I saw that.
I
saw that.
Just doing his like ad lib singing, and then he basically sings the hook of this like 80s band called the Pet Shop Boys. I don't know what I just pressed there. And they're like, oh, that's interesting. We didn't know you asked for permission. So I guess he did that with another track. He like was just randomly ad lib singing some other music in there. So
I mean, you gotta know.
They came at him and said that he didn't play his sample.
Yeah, on social media, they're like, oh, thanks for singing this track. You didn't give any credit or give any permission. No credit given.
Yeah, at that level,
you gotta expect that. Like,
yeah, you Drake.
You Drake, bro. You can't do, like, come on, man. Ain't nobody giving you no pass. Times is hard right now.
Exactly. Bro, you Drake. Man. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, why would they even think of giving you a pass?
They was in the back like,
they're like dollar signs.
Yes,
exactly. They're like, what do you mean, Drake? Is that the one that my niece listens to? Is that the boy that broke up with? Was that the boy that broke up with Serena?
We got him.
Oh man. Any other hate and or love you want to give this album? I will say this. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else hated it, but I won't come back to this album. Maybe I'll listen to like one other track once or twice, but
it wasn't bad.
I think hate
heard. over and over again.
Right. I'm not like I said, my disdain for it is more about the music industry at large. Because I don't think, when you're looking at Drake from a music industry perspective, he's gonna be, you can't really critique what he did. You know what I mean? If he hits the metrics that he always hits, then you just sound like a hater criticizing it. And that's what he tried to make Joe into. He was
I
like, "Oh, you're
feel
just
like
hating on me. Look how successful I am. How can you say I'm doing anything wrong when you're not as successful as me?" And from a objective, logical standpoint, I'm sure his accountants and his business managers and all, they don't give a F how we feel about the album, because it's gonna hit the numbers. And that's why my disdain is more about the music industry as at whole. How can the number one artist who sells the most continually drop these mediocre albums? Because this is not the only one he's dropped. Basically, since if you're reading this, It's Too Late or whatever, that album, whatever, he's just been progressively dropping just mediocre stuff. And still
more songs each time.
Right. Because of the DSPs.
Honestly,
and selling out stadiums and tours the whole way.
You gotta remember that, the whole system of it is good publicity, bad publicity is going to sell regardless. So whether you talking about it's trash means you're listening to it. Whether you say it's good, you're listening to it. Either way, I'm getting.
Oh, maybe. Like, I don't know, man. It's just interesting.
He's that big to the point where people that probably don't really even listen to him and say, "Yo, you hear the Drake album?
You trying to tell me?
Oh, I'm gonna go listen to it now."
Correct. We all just
feel like
to it. We all had 20.
He's gonna sell out. He's gonna sell out shows forever, because even though you didn't like this album, he has some songs that if you had a chance to see him, you would like to see him perform.
Right. He cemented his legacy. It's been 15 years now. Yeah, he's got albums and records for days.
I remember 2005 sitting on Main Street in Northrop, and P and I were going to meet up with Noodles, DJ Noodles.
Oh, wow.
And P pulled out his MP3 player.
Wow.
Connected it to the car and played me the 9-minute Say You Will Drake rap.
Yeah.
That's the only Drake I've ever respected, because he went hard because he had to.
Right. He was hungry.
And to me, I feel like anyone who goes that hard in the beginning has to be very careful how they proceed. We literally listened to a 9-minute rap and did not stop bobbing our heads or stop covering our mouths like he just said something insane for 9 minutes. So to me, it's like
that long. It was pretty long.
It was the whole Say You Will beat. That beat's like 7 minutes.
That was that first mixtape, right?
Yeah.
The first mixtape was fire. Come on, that shit was come on, dog. Come on.
So
that's what I'm saying. What are we
is,
talking about here? Like, we know this man has the potential.
No, what I'm saying is, when you come out that hot, over time you're gonna burn out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the way to burn out is by dropping extremely mediocre music towards the end of your career. Just drop less music or make better songs.
Yeah.
Put out a 7-track album with your top 7 songs and stop putting out these long ass albums that's not going to really give your diehard fans what they need.
Hold up.
Crazy
think about this though. This for business standpoint, we all worked in music. How many songs do you think these guys create that they got on the shelf that they can say, "Hey"?
That was my other thing I was going to say too.
This probably
that's why I'm concerned that these were the best 23 songs.
Look, if I'm over here just dumping songs randomly that I've had sitting on my hard drive too long for me, I'm sure they're doing 10 times that.
Exactly. They just dumping the songs.
That was my thought earlier. I meant to say that. I'm like, maybe this was just one of those that's just, let's keep it funky. Like, he's probably going to have 2 or 3 more albums come out in the next couple of years too.
Right.
He ain't announcing no retirement anytime soon. This is the end of the quarter. He'll probably have a new album before April. It might just be a part of his, his
squeeze the juice out, man.
His wheel.
So he's doing like stock market arrows, like making it go down on purpose so he could shoot up a skyrocket in April.
Man. Look, man, he's in
so
production mode right now.
His stock is crashing.
He's in production mode right now. So Drake realizes that he has a very demanded product. So he's trying to find his elastic point of demand. as opposed to his supply, right? So he's got the records for days, but he's got to keep that demand
Right.
just
That
as
is the
high.
only analogy that I will accept to explain this album.
Thank you. I'm glad I could help some sort of clearance.
That's the only one that makes sense.
Business.
I'm still
It's a
trying.
business.
I'm not trying to hate because you never know the guests that we may get and people who watch and the bots and all of that.
And then social media is the final say so, because by tomorrow there's going to be a challenge with one of those songs and the album's going to get another resurgence.
It's gonna be re-AI.
That and the strength of his fans that hasn't been shown yet. You know, I don't think I just looked at that one album on Album of the Year, but I'm pretty sure, like y'all said, if I were to look at all the albums since
2012
or whatever, they probably all get like 50s and 60 ratings. Like I'm sure none of them are like his highest rated stuff.
Well,
you know what I mean?
What's interesting is he released in 2021 with Certified Lover Boy, 2022 with Honestly Nevermind, which was that had like a theme to it, right? That house theme.
Actually,
And we got this one in 2023, right? I mean, he is in a zone. I mean, he could drop an album every year or
he's
less.
just on his own schedule. Fuck whatever.
Wait, he's just in his own zone.
and
he's not in a good zone. He's just in a zone.
Wait. If he drops, what I want him to drop is like,
and he's rich, so
a Caribbean influenced joint, because he always like he flirts with that a little bit. Now he's bilingual rapping. Come on, we need a Bad Bunny Drake album.
We should have saw that one
2024. Let's do it.
Listen,
let's push for it.
A Drake album with just Drake featuring R&B singers. Like no more rap features. It's Drake featuring R&B singers. It should be called Midnight Love, and just Drake and R&B singers together. Or R&B. He should do it like Timbaland, where he writes a bunch of songs for fire ass R&B singers, and then they sing them on his tracks on his album.
Too much of a sniper for that. He'll mess up. He's bad business. You thought Chris Brown was bad. I'm like, he probably
like the fact that he wrote Ready for Alicia Keys.
Did I know that?
Like the fact that he wrote that song, and he's even in the chorus. He's her background vocalist in the song. Like his capabilities are endless.
I've seen
That's
a
why
few.
I say he's in his lane by himself.
I've seen a few critiques from other journalists or whatever, and what they're saying instead of like getting on him is like, reinvent yourself. Like you clearly have another lane that you can go through. Just stop, take a breather, and that R&B lane that's a clear, easy transition for him. You know.
Well, he's too thuggish for that, right?
I don't know. I think he would make
you out.
I think, but there's competition in all fields. You go over there, now you're up against Breezy and this one and that one, and they really sing. They sang. You know, they ain't on a little bit.
He's definitely lane by himself, but you know, it's for us older guys, it's becoming mundane.
Well, I mean, for some of us, yeah, it depends on the day. I mess around and play some Drake and Future. I play that song at least once a week too. That's my joint. So I don't want to hate.
Which one?
That's that song with Drake and Future with the beat switch up. $100,000. I'm with the ratchet mess, man. I'm with it. I'm really with it. For sure with it. Bro. I need that strip club music, dog. Like, damn. Like,
well, hey, there's a strip club song on this joint.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a couple.
Sexy Red. He has Sexy Red on here, so you already know what time it is.
Yo, we gotta talk. This will be the last thing we kind of go through on this album. It is track 20. I had all the tracks up 3 seconds ago, and now I don't. Where the hell did they go?
Right.
Anybody have the track listing?
Did anybody notice the video disappearing for a minute? The one with the Conductor Williams beat? Like it was up and then it wasn't. And then it was up again when the whole album came out.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
It seemed like that on my side.
Wait, we got to give a shout out to this producer and everything. For All the Dogs tracks. 1 second. Here we go. Songs. Give It to Me. All right, here we go. Man, you can't really just get 18, 19, 20. Rich Baby Daddy. Yeah, with Sexy Red and SZA.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't Google Sexy Red right now.
Why is that?
Just don't do it. She needs
Cheeky.
space. She needs privacy right now. She needs space.
Cheeky.
Leave her alone.
That sounds like a
Google
challenge.
Sexy Red right now.
Don't you dare, especially not on air. Please don't
Do it
get her
live.
shut down.
Do it live.
Please don't.
Is it
All
pink
right.
and something else brown?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Pound Town,
It's out of hand. It's out of hand right now.
Pound Town, my pink, my
Listen,
brown.
I just say to you like this. I watch a lot of podcasts. And some of my podcasts that I be watching, they ain't mine. Stuff I be watching out there. You got some real, some real street dudes, some real players, and the critiques are horrible right now. But just give her space, dog. Just leave her alone. That's all I got to say. Y'all need to stop.
I mean, you come up with a song like that, you gotta expect the Rockets is coming.
I don't know what we're doing anymore sometimes. Maybe hip hop do need to be at 40% down. Y'all saw that video with Juicy J talking about the state of hip hop.
Well, they held fuck up.
Hey, take it easy. I got to defend them Tennessee boys. Yeah,
Man.
it's ironic. That's where we're at now. That's where we're at. That's
Just
where we're
create
at.
the next
Yo,
generation.
if Juicy J got to defend hip hop, we're in trouble.
Big time.
I think they're managing country groups. I want to say they're managing country groups right now. Don't they manage? I'll look into that before I start talking. We need to have a Southern
I mean, that's a good way to pivot, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the culture of what was created by the
Tiki, what are you doing over there? You have something to show us? He like froze up.
Oh, now I'm stuck because I just Googled Sexy Red.
Oh no!
You downloaded it? That's why you was quiet?
He said he downloaded it. You're gonna get the same, you're gonna get everything she's talking about, bro. You're gonna get her whole playlist.
Guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, man. That's right. This guy's got himself in trouble.
I thought I saw that.
He just got himself in trouble.
On the screen or something reflecting
on. Shame. And broke his arm, Lord Jesus. That's a Sanford's son quote.
But for real though, this was gonna be a quick one tonight. Anybody have any other last comments about this album? No.
I'm gonna go listen to it right now. I'm gonna go check it out. since we talked crap about it all night, and I'm gonna finally listen.
I mean, if you're young, you're gonna like it.
There we go.
If you're young, you're gonna like it. It's right.
What's the topic? What's the topic for next week? Because I never know until like start the group chat.
I don't know. Should we? I was gonna give everybody guitar tracks, and I failed because I had a bunch of shit going on.
Busy times, 4:40, man.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it. So I don't know. We could do spooky beats. Let's make some spooky beats.
Spooky beats.
It's October. It's October. Make something scary, or sample a scary movie. How about that?
Oh.
Oh. Sample a scary
Tiny
movie.
Tim.
Shout out to
Spooky Beats. You know what song popped in my head? Will Smith, Nightmare on Mine Street.
Wow.
There we go.
What was that replaying? That was a replay of some movie, wasn't it?
That was like 90. That's
right. It was Freddy. Yeah.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Man. All right.
Yo.
What's up?
So that's the challenge for next week?
Sample a scary movie or make a spooky beat. That's it. That's it.
Okay. All right, bet.
All right, everybody.
That's
That's
peace.
Have a good one. Peace.